Some tips for individuals with curriculum gaps would be just don't be afraid of them. Everybody's human, and sometimes there were other things to take care of in your life, or maybe you just needed to take a break from working. Hi, I'm Amy Gardner, and I work in talent acquisition with Raytheon Technologies. In this short video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the company, the application process, our culture, and even give you a couple of tips to help along the way. How an applicant can prepare for an interview kind of varies depending upon what you're actually interviewing for. A good place to start is always with the job description and the company as a whole. So some things you'll want to look at are preparing kind of a correlation between your skills and what is asked for in the job description, as well as what's written on your resume. And then in addition, do a little bit of research on the company. For instance, when I interviewed with Raytheon Technologies, I knew what they did generally, but not quite what happened in my area. So going on to their website and kind of searching news articles, I was able to gather a little bit bigger of a picture to make everything click so that I was able to ask intelligent questions at the end of the interview. It also kind of helped me feel more comfortable walking into the facility or even being on a Zoom call with people to answer any questions that they might have to why I would want to work at that company. Valuable experiences to highlight on your resume are always things that would relate to the job that you're applying for. So a lot of folks will put together a resume that is kind of a one-stop shop for every job that you think that you want to apply for. If you're able to take your resume and tailor it to the individual jobs that you're applying for, you'll find that you're able to kind of highlight different things in different categories that will make it stand out to recruiters and hiring managers in different ways for various positions. Tips to prepare for an interview are often kind of a difficult thing to put together. I'm a super nervous interviewer. I like to have a little note card, whether that be something in your portfolio or just a sheet of paper where I've kind of hit the key topics on my resume in quick words that if I'm asked a question, I'm able to kind of map that in my mind. Have a couple of key questions that show that you've done research, whether that be, hey, I saw in the news XYZ about Raytheon Technologies, how will that impact ABC? Or will I be able to work on product XYZ that I saw was just won by your company? Or any of those type of questions that show that you're personally invested, as well as drawing your key skills into what they're looking for as a job interviewer. Doing your homework before a job interview can be quite a daunting task. I'll usually start with looking at the website and kind of getting a general idea of what the key care abouts and the mission is of the individual company. And then also LinkedIn's your friend. Use that to your advantage too. Network. Like you might have a friend from grade school that lives down the street that you talk to randomly that might be able to give you insight on a company and you had no clue they even worked there. So using your network, using the company website, maybe talk to some folks that you might know who have interviewed there. There are endless resources out there, and once you kind of dive in, it gets more exciting and is a little less daunting and scary of a task than it seems at the very beginning. Thank you notes are probably one of the most exciting parts of my day as a recruiter. I will say I've seen anything from emails to handwritten cards. One thing I would keep in mind when you're looking or when you're thinking about thank you notes is don't be shy to send them. And if you don't have the contact information from some of the people that you may have interviewed with, don't be shy to ask the recruiter or your contact in HR for that information, or offer to send it to them and have them disperse it to the team. It's always just one of those feel goods and makes you kind of feel appreciated on the interviewer's side. So it'll go a long way. So why do I love working at Raytheon Technologies? I think the number one piece would be the sense of purpose. With everything that you do, whether that be in an HR role, in an engineering role, in a finance role, in a supply chain, manufacturing, you name it, any and every piece of all the processes that you do impact the warfighter. Thank you for watching this short video. Always keep in mind, be yourself, trust your gut, do a little bit of research, and I wish you the best of luck in the process.